Most people think the entire US is expensive. It's not. Today, I'm counting down all 50 states from the most expensive to the cheapest, using our Budget Traveler Index, which includes lodging, food, transport, and experiences to give you a real daily spend figure for solo travel in 2026. Check the description for more details on the index. These are state averages, so cities and rural areas will vary. Let's get into it. Coming in at number 50, the most expensive state in the country, is Hawaii at $480 per day. Import costs drive everything up, and 2026 hotel rates are surging hard. No other state comes close. California lands at number 49 at $410 per day. Record high gas prices and Bay Area hotel rates are brutal, though inland cities like Bakersfield are quietly becoming budget refugees for smart travelers. New York sits at number 48 at $395 per day. NYC food taxes and hotel fees drag the whole state average up. Get outside the city, though, and the Catskills and Finger Lakes are genuinely reasonable. At number 47, Massachusetts runs $370 per day. Boston now ranks in the top 5 most expensive U.S. cities. Cambridge and Salem take the edge off slightly, but this state isn't cheap. Alaska comes in at number 46 at $355 per day. Remote logistics and a short peak season create a supply crunch that keeps prices stubbornly high across the board, especially for accommodation. Washington State lands at number 45 at $330 per day. Seattle's tech boom has kept lodging inflated for years. Cross into eastern Washington, though, and you're looking at a completely different price reality. At number 44, New Jersey runs $315 per day. Proximity to both New York City and Philadelphia bleeds directly into hotel pricing across the whole state. You're paying for the neighbors here. Colorado sits at number 43 at $305 per day. Ski hub overflow from Park City has pushed resort area lodging to record highs in 2026. Denver itself has also gotten noticeably more expensive year over year. Florida comes in at number 42 at $295 per day. Miami and even Tallahassee are both seeing price spikes above 10%. The affordable beach state reputation is fading fast. This isn't 2019 Florida anymore. At number 41, Maryland runs $285 per day. DC buffer pricing hits the suburbs hard here. Head south toward the eastern shore and you'll find noticeably better value, but the statewide average stays elevated. Connecticut lands at number 40 at $275 per day. High infrastructure costs get passed straight to travelers, and there just aren't many budget accommodation options in the state. It's expensive for what you get. Oregon sits at number 39 at $265 per day. Portland's dining scene runs pricey, and coastal hotels spike hard in summer. The state has real beauty, but that beauty now comes with a real bill. At number 38, Rhode Island runs $260 per day. It's a tiny state with high demand and a very limited bed supply. Prices spike fast in summer, so shoulder season is the only real way to save here. Vermont comes in at number 37 at $255 per day. Leaf peeping season inflates the annual average significantly. Visit in early spring or late winter and you'll cut that daily spend down by a meaningful amount. At number 36, New Hampshire runs $250 per day. Lodging costs are high, but there's no sales tax, so shopping and dining do give you a small edge that other New England states don't offer. Illinois lands at number 35 at $245 per day. Chicago pulls the statewide average up hard. Get downstate, though. Galena, Carbondale, Shawnee National Forest, and Illinois becomes genuinely affordable travel territory. Arizona sits at number 34 at $240 per day. Phoenix and Scottsdale are no longer cheap by any measure. The affordable desert reputation is fading fast, though rural Arizona still delivers serious value. At number 33, Utah runs $235 per day. Park City is 2026's single most inflated hotel market in the entire Mountain West. Outside the ski zones, prices drop considerably, but that average stays pulled up. Maine comes in at number 32 at $230 per day. Coastal seasonal pricing spikes hard from June through August. Book your trip in May or September and you'll save real money while still catching great weather. Nevada lands at number 31 at $225 per day. Vegas resort fees completely offset those low advertised room rates. Always check your total before booking. That $59 room routinely turns into a $140 night. At number 30, Delaware runs $220 per day. Tax-free shopping helps at the register, but mid-range hotel pricing keeps overall costs moderate. It's not cheap, but the shopping savings do add up across a long trip. Virginia sits at number 29 at $215 per day. Stay near DC and you'll pay DC prices. Head south toward the Blue Ridge and Shenandoah Valley, and the daily spend drops in a real noticeable way. At number 28, Pennsylvania runs $210 per day. Philly and Pittsburgh both punch above their weight for value, solid food scenes, affordable rooms, and entry fees that won't hurt. Great mid-range picks for 2026. Minnesota comes in at number 27 at $205 per day. Minneapolis keeps costs reasonable for a major city, and the Boundary Waters region is almost entirely free to explore once you're past the permit fee. Georgia lands at number 26 at $200 per day. Atlanta runs expensive, but the rest of the state is a real steal. Savannah gives you world-class charm for budget prices, and the North Georgia mountains cost almost nothing. At number 25, Texas runs $195 per day. Low gas prices make a serious difference on road trips across this massive state. El Paso is flagged as one of the top value destinations in the whole country for 2026. North Carolina sits at number 24 at $190 per day. You get solid mid-range value across the whole state. Affordable BBQ, cheap Appalachian Trail access, and beach towns that haven't fully caught up to Florida pricing yet. At number 23, Wisconsin runs $185 per day. This state is genuinely strong value for food and drink lovers. Craft beer and Friday night fish fries won't break your budget here. It's one of the better food per dollar states. South Carolina comes in at number 22 at $180 per day. Charleston runs pricey, no question. But Myrtle Beach and the upstate region bring the average right back down and offer solid value for beach and outdoor travelers alike. Michigan lands at number 21 at $175 per day. Detroit and Grand Rapids are genuine budget gems. Low hotel rates, growing food scenes, and entry fees at major attractions that are among the lowest of any big U.S. city. At number 20, New Mexico runs $170 per day. Low-cost culture, world-class green Chile food, and vast stretches of public land with free hiking access. Santa Fe has its boutique price tag, but Albuquerque keeps things very budget-friendly. Tennessee comes in at number 19 at $165 per day. Nashville has gotten expensive. Skip it and head straight to Knoxville or the Smokies instead. You'll get serious mountain scenery for a fraction of the price. Montana lands at number 18 at $160 per day. Airfare into the state runs high, but once you're on the ground, daily costs drop fast, especially outside peak glacier season when room rates come back to earth. At number 17, Idaho runs $155 per day. Boise prices are creeping up, but outdoor recreation across the rest of the state remains almost entirely free. Hiking, rafting, and hot springs don't cost much here at all. Wyoming sits at number 16 at $150 per day. National park entry fees are the one real budget hit here. Outside of that, daily costs run very affordable. Accommodation, food, and gas all come in well below the national average. Louisiana comes in at number 15 at $145 per day. Outside Mardi Gras week, this state is one of the best food per dollar destinations in the entire country. Plates of fresh crawfish and po' boys cost almost nothing compared to what you'd pay elsewhere. At number 14, Nebraska runs $140 per day. Low hotel demand keeps room prices consistently low across the state. Omaha is an underrated budget city with a genuinely strong food scene and some of the most affordable accommodation of any Midwestern city. Ohio lands at number 13 at $138 per day. Cleveland and Columbus deliver real urban value, solid food, cheap rooms, and free museums that punch way above their weight. This is a state that keeps surprising budget travelers. At number 12, Indiana runs $135 per day. Low gas, low food costs, and easy interstate access make it one of the most accessible budget states on the whole list. It's not flashy, but the value here is hard to beat. South Dakota sits at number 11 at $132 per day. Badlands, Mount Rushmore, and Wall Drug, all within a single affordable road trip loop. And the daily spend stays low the entire time. Incredible value for what you actually get. Kentucky comes in at number 10 at $130 per day. The Bourbon Trail tastings can add up if you go all in on the distillery tour packages. Skip those and go self-guided, and the state gets very cheap very fast. At number 9, North Dakota runs $128 per day. This state consistently posts the lowest accommodation costs of any state with a full interstate highway system. Not the most visited state on the list, but one of the best values by pure numbers. Iowa lands at number 8 at $125 per day. Des Moines is named a 2026 Value City for good reason. Affordable hotels, cheap eats, and a food scene that keeps getting better without the price tag catching up yet. Arkansas sits at number 7 at $122 per day. The Ozark State Parks are world-class and nearly free to access. Budget motels along Highway 7 run under $60 a night, making this one of the best outdoor bargains in the South. At number 6, Missouri runs $120 per day. St. Louis and Kansas City both deliver world-class food and culture at genuinely budget prices. Free zoo, free arch grounds, free fountains. Missouri gives you a lot without asking much back. West Virginia comes in at number 5 at $118 per day. Top-tier whitewater rafting, serious hiking, and real Appalachian scenery, all for bottom-tier prices. This state is the most underrated outdoor destination on the entire list. Alabama lands at number 4 at $115 per day. Huntsville is the breakout budget pick for 2026. A world-class space museum, cheap hotels, and a food scene growing fast without the prices following yet. At number 3, Kansas runs $112 per day. Flat highways, low gas, and some of the cheapest diners in America make this the king of the affordable road trip. There's more here than most travelers ever give it credit for. Oklahoma sits at number 2 at $108 per day, the lowest combined gas and food index of any state in 2026. A Route 66 road trip through here costs almost nothing. And the history and landscapes along the way are genuinely worth it. Mississippi is your 2026 budget champion at just $102 per day. Lodging averages under $70 a night, the lowest in the entire country. The food is outstanding, the history runs deep, and the crowds are thin. This is real value. The cheapest states aren't the ones with the least to offer. They're the ones most travelers overlook. Subscribe for more budget destinations and tips. I post a new video every week to help you explore more and spend less.